Will justice finally reach Vander Ranch? We have an important person. Thank you, sir. It's on the phone right now. Can you give an introduction as to who you are? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Chris LaCour. I am a partner here at JustWell Law. So to your point, we hope that justice will come to Vander Ranch. And I'm here with some of our partners with Gara LLP, and we are hosting an information meeting tonight about the situation at Greenwood Water, Vander Ranch, and what has been going on in these neighborhoods with the water situation and sewer.
Okay. I have the information posted. We're, trying to get people out there. I'll be out there myself. When did you first hear about Vander Ranch, and what were your immediate thoughts? Because even officials were saying that there was no problem. We went out there, saw the skin burns, clothing that was ruined. The swamp in the back, the fake pool. I mean, the feces everywhere on the ground. I mean, it was a big old mess.
Yeah.
What was your first thoughts whenever they came to you with this situation?
We never go anywhere uninvited. And so when Rick and Amy and Shannon contacted us, and I spoke to them the first time, I thought it's absolutely unconscionable. And it's really sad that this is occurring in America.
Mm.
That is really, I think we as a country are better than this. I think that working class Texans deserve better than this. And people have the right to expect clean water in their homes. People have the right to expect that your tap water is not going to make you sick, is not going to make your pets sick, and is not going to make your kids sick. And, nobody should have to deal with a parasitic infection when your children are waiting at the bus stop because raw sewage is being used to irrigate the neighborhood. Like, this is not how we do business. And this is why we have safety rules. And when people violate those safety rules, a lot of people get sick like we're having now. And, I can't comment as to what the city saw or what the city didn't see. We're going to find that out. But I'll tell you, I believe the residents here, and there are too many sick people and they have too many common symptoms for this to be some sort of mass hallucination. This is real.
Have you ever seen something like this with all your years, being an attorney?
I sort of our 100% is everybody's worst moments, right? Because we're toxic tort attorneys. So we've seen the government, in Hawaii, and we've seen different landlords and some different construction folks mess up. I haven't seen such a coordinated effort to not do the right thing by several companies. And I think they know that they're not doing the right thing. And I have not seen something to this degree being an attorney, and I was shocked. I was shocked to see open sewage in an American neighborhood.
I don't know if you got to see it, but we did an interview with the whistleblower, and I want to
Mhm.
say that there was a looked like a cover up. Do you agree with that? What do you think about that?
It's tough to tell at this stage, but what's great about the justice system is we're going to find out what the facts are, right? That's why we have the justice system, for the transparency and accountability. And if there is a cover up, we're going to find that out, right? The facts will come to light. And that's why we're here, is to really find out what's been going on and how these people have been affected. And so if there was a cover up, there will be consequences for that. And if it's just normal incompetence, there'll be consequences for that too. And that's really, I think, why we have the justice system, is to provide accountability and transparency.
And I agree completely. And I'm glad that y'all are there, on the ground. We will be out there momentarily, but we appreciate it because, like I said, when we first went out there, it's like people were trying to, I don't know, how disregard us, discredit people, saying everything was hunky dory,
Mhm.
for lack of better words. And when we went out there, you could tell something is not right in Vander Ranch. And then, from the info we gathered, the whole area is impacted, not just that division of housing there.
Mhm.
Can you touch on anything else for people that are listening that might need to come out to listen tonight about any other places affected water wells? Because we believe it's not just Vander Ranch. Is that an accurate statement? It could be other places.
I think so. I know that we've spoken to Greenwood Water as a concern, same company. I know that there has been water shortages to both. The fact that there's been this level of exposure and incompetence that could also impact schools, school children, high school students, those things are really, really dangerous. And I think that, what we would really encourage people to come out is to come out. Tonight's not about me talking, right? It's not about the lawyers talking. It's about the lawyers listening. It's about the community talking, and for us to learn firsthand what this community has gone through, how they have suffered, and how they have been hurt. And the more people that can let us know how the violations of the rules that we have that keep our community safe, if they were affected by these violations, please come out. We just want to know. You don't have to do anything else. We just want to hear your story and we want to understand how this impacted you.
And people have a thing about lawyers, all of us do, right? But I think right now, you being there is a godsend because they were like voiceless for such a long time. And I think this is just my opinion, right? I think someone needs to be held accountable, if not many
Mhm.
people. I think there's some legal issues here. There's some violations here, of course. That's just from me, from what I've covered on the
Mhm.
case. So I'm actually really glad you're there to take up the concerns of the citizens because, like I said, many in the community leaders were just brushing off the people of Vander Ranch and
Mhm.
certain people in Greenwood, brushing them off like it was not a big deal. But like I know, it's a pretty big deal. So with that, can you just
Yeah.
go ahead? I was going to ask you, can you give a final word to everybody that's watching on this video? Go ahead.
No, it's great. And I love that you brought up, everybody thinks has very strong opinions about lawyers. It's very different when you need one, I
Right.
think. And look, justifiably, right? Like we all know that the lawyer stereotypes are real. But our firm really, and Gera, our partners, right? We are very intentional as to who we partner with for their competence and their abilities. We take this seriously and we're here to listen. And I think that maybe is a little bit different. And we just want to learn as much as we can. There's no expectations. Nobody, we have pizza, we have food. You'll have some community members. You can come out and learn. We're happy to answer. We'll stay there until the last question's answered. So I really just appreciate what you've done to highlight this issue
Yes, sir.
for your community, because that takes bravery to hold institutions accountable.
Yeah, and they sat there and said that we wanted clout and fame and all this. I'm like, man, I want to be at the house. I don't want to be, in Greenwood covering, stuff like this. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just being
No,
blunt.
it's true.
You know what I mean? I want to be at the house, but I was out there with the
Yeah.
people, and it was just a horrible situation. And then when the whistleblower comes forward, people are just, coming forward left and right. We knew it was a major
Hmm.
issue. And again, you're right. People might not like lawyers until they need one. And I think, like I said, someone needs to be held accountable. And I'm actually glad that y'all are there because, like I said, they were voiceless at a certain time. Nobody wanted to listen to them. And now, speaking to some of the residents, I can hear them empowered. So
Hmm.
are you kind of seeing, what are you seeing on the ground level with the citizens right there?
One of the things that I think is so encouraging when you're really talking about local communities like this, and when you have a number of people impacted, is how the community comes together and how they really bolster each other and bear witness to what each other has suffered and the difficulties that they've endured. And I think that is just as sometimes as powerful as bringing a claim, but we're also ready to do that too. And so I think you're right. I think the word empowerment is absolutely spot on. That is why we have a justice system, is to empower people. And it is there to hold institutions accountable when they need to be held accountable. And I think that maybe there's some hope. And, we take that responsibility very seriously, to provide hope and also to provide information and to do the best job that we can do to support, the working class people of Midland, Texas and Vander Ranch who have unnecessarily been impacted when all this was preventable.
Wow. Very, very, very sad situation, but I'm glad you're there. Again, where are y'all going to be at in Greenwood at the fire department, correct? Can you let them know
Yep.
where and what
Yeah, no,
time?
we'll be at the Greenwood Volunteer Fire Department here in Greenwood, Texas, and that'll be from 6 to 8. And we'll stay as long as anybody has questions.
All righty. Well, again, I appreciate you. And your name again and your law firm?
Sure. It's Chris at JustWell Law.
Awesome. All right, Chris. Well, I'll be glad to meet you tonight. You have a great day, and thank you for what you're doing.
No, thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you too.
Yes, sir.